Welcome back to another training vlog. We're here at Mountainside Fitness on Monday. This was Labor Day. Went at 12 o'clock in the afternoon and it was absolutely packed. So we rushed through this workout. Today is a light day for the most part. Back squats were a little bit heavier, but nothing crazy because we're gearing up for a max out 5-rep max on Saturday, which you'll see here at the end of the video. Went for something pretty heavy, something pretty special to my heart, so stick around to see if we get that done. Needless to say, this was a very fun week. I love weeks where we kind of see the efforts of our fruits bear, whatever the saying goes. And you kind of just see all the work that you've put in over the last couple weeks pay off, and you see if you can hit some big numbers. Chances are if you train properly, you really let yourself recover, you're going to hit some nice, good numbers, get some good PRs. Nothing's better than providing you that motivation weightlifting than hitting a PR, personally, in my opinion. Nothing really vitalizes that flame and that fire that you've had for weightlifting when it starts to die out than hitting something big and feeling something heavy. Did some no-foot snatch here at Mountainside, and then we finished off with power clean, and 2 jerks at 125 kilograms. So this was all pretty light, nothing too crazy with these ones besides the squats, which we did 2x3. It was supposed to be a 3x3, and I was supposed to do an extra set on all these, but I dropped it down because I really wasn't feeling all that good. Felt a little heavier than what it really actually should have, so I was like, yeah, we'll just back it down. Because I knew next day I had a max out snatch balance. Oh yeah. So we're maxing out all sorts of things this week. We did max out snatch balance, 5-rep max. Really just kind of all sorts of fun that's going on this week. Had a great time. If you don't usually lift in a commercial gym, it's always fun just to go and watch the looks you get when they see you doing snatch, clean and jerk. It's starting to become more prevalent. There's more people starting to do these movements, so it's getting a little less unique. But back when I first started going, it was always fun to see people just kind of like look and like, what the heck is this guy doing? But it was always fun because then it kind of gives that little boost, like, you know, I still am strong. Everything's good. Sometimes you get in those weightlifting gyms and you're always around people who are way stronger than you, and you kind of just get lost in the own zone. Like, oh, I'll never be as strong as them. And the truth is there's always going to be somebody who's way stronger than you. So you can't get discouraged at other people beating you out. That's always going to happen. You never can let that tear you down. You always have to compare yourself to how you were the previous day and the progress that you made so far. Last set of a triple here at 206 or 455 pounds. Everybody felt pretty good, but I did cut it short. I was like, I'm not really trying to take myself out on the squats at the beginning of the week. I really want to let myself recover up and get ready for these snatch balances and also this 5-rep max that's coming up. I also skipped my Friday workout. After work, I was pretty tired. It was a busy day. And like I said, I knew I had a 5-rep max on Saturday. And so I kind of asked myself, is it worth it to do this kind of lighter workout and just go through the motions, or let myself truly get that full rest after a long work day and be prepared for the next day? And as you're going to see here, it definitely paid off to take the rest and not to do those movements because I had really good lifts on Saturday. So sometimes it pays to take an extra day off and not just grind through it because it's on the program. Getting very close to the maximum snatch balance here at 155. So personally, I don't recall what my absolute best power or snatch balance ever was. I recall doing 115 kilos probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I just haven't maxed out in snatch balance in a long time. So I did that triple at 120, I think, last week or the week before. So I definitely knew I was geared up for something around 130, 140. But I truly wasn't expecting a 155 kilo snatch balance. That definitely surprised me. I was very happy with how it felt. The first two I missed, I think I missed mainly a little bit more upright. I didn't get my head all the way through and get in a good overhead position. The other one, too, was it was 155 kilos. I don't think I've ever had that overhead in the snatch position. I've never had 145 kilos over my head. So it was definitely a little nerve-wracking, but we pushed through it because I knew I was strong enough for it. It felt strong enough. It was just hitting those right positions on the way down and keeping good control of it. So after the snatch balances, we finished with a power snatch with 2 hang snatches and some heavy snatch pulls at 3 plus 3 at 150 kilos. Should be able to snatch this coming up in a year for sure. I'm looking to get 150 on the bar. It would be a pretty sweet snatch. If I could get 150 and about 190 kilo clean and jerk, that definitely put me in a really good spot in the 109 kilo weightlifting division here at the American Open Finals coming up. So we're gearing up, getting ready for those things. So after our beginning strength cycle, we're going to drop down a little bit higher intensity, less reps, as we start to progress and get ready to enter the peaking phase, which will be about 4 to 5 weeks out from the American Open Finals at the beginning of December. So we got the rest of September and October here to build some work capacity and really hone in on our technique. Elbows were soft on that one. Press out on 50 kilos. So we have our Thursday workout, which was, oh man, what was it? Oh yeah, no hook clean doubles with 2 jerks, getting up to 135 kilos for, I think, 4 reps. That's what it would have been. Then we had some heavy clean pulls, and these were pretty dang heavy. It was 190 kilos. So about 105% of my best clean ever. So I was definitely kind of a little worried about how heavy these cleans were, because this is 2 days out for that 5 rep max. I was like, oh, that seems pretty dang heavy. That might kind of take me a little bit. And I think it actually did, because Friday I was very tired a lot of the day and very busy. So I do think that these clean pulls drug me down just a little bit. So it's probably a good thing that I skipped that Friday workout as I led into that 5 rep max on Saturday. So I'll kind of talk about some factors that you have to play into whenever you decide that it might be a good idea to skip a whole workout. Most of the time it's not, but there are times. No hook for 2 jerks, 135, where it is a good idea to skip a workout. And sometimes that all depends on, A, how much fatigue have you built up during the week. So if you come into a workout and you're extremely fatigued, you can tell the weights are much, much heavier than what they should be, might be a good idea to auto-regulate and bring that back down. Maybe not skip the whole workout, but it might be a thought kind of leading into it. So this is where that fatigue that I'm talking about kind of runs into what's coming up in the week as well. So for me, what was going on was I had that 5 rep max on Saturday, right? And I knew that I would need to be fully recovered to hit a number that I wanted to get to. And after work on Friday, I was very, very exhausted. I was fatigued. I knew that the workout would have still benefited me to some degree, but it would not have benefited me as much as if I just took the time off and fully recovered from that day, got a good night's rest, didn't overdo myself, and then prepped up for Saturday to go heavy. So it's never a great idea to skip a workout, but when you have something coming up, the fatigue's really accumulated and you're definitely feeling it, and you're going to feel that it's going to affect your workout coming up, it might be something that you would consider completely skipping a workout. I definitely feel that I have to be more patient on the pull and not just throw myself underneath it. Really feeling a crash of the bar whenever I'm pulling myself underneath it. This is kind of where that no hook comes in. You have to stay connected to it the whole time, putting it right in the front rack position, not just throwing yourself underneath it. Stay connected to the clean. Put it right in the front rack position. Don't just throw myself underneath. So here's our last set, 135. It definitely felt a lot worse than it looked, but it wasn't terrible. I contemplated dropping this down actually to like 120, but I went through with it and stuck at 135. And I even stuck to the clean pulls at 190 kilos coming up, which was a 5x3. So I was definitely a little worried, but it all paid off in the end due to taking that Friday off. I feel definitely helped me out a lot as compared to just pushing through and kind of grinding it out. And don't worry, this is actually how fast I was pulling the bar. I was pulling 190 this quick. No, I'm just kidding. I think you all can tell that I had sped these videos up because everybody loves just watching clean pulls, that's for sure. Trying to emulate that clean pull position as much to my regular clean. I feel my hips just kind of rising a little bit quicker than what I want. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the bar path, and I'm pretty happy with how these move. Now I just got to be able to keep pulling and get myself underneath in the future. I've always felt that my lower back was a lot weaker than what it needed to be. Back whenever I was doing a lot of squats, before I really trained my lower back hard, I think I could back squat around 220 kilos or something, maybe a little more. But I could only RDL like 150 or 160 kilos, which is supposed to be a 3x3 at like 170 for me, but I'm going to do 3 at 50, 60, and 70. Just I got that max out 5 rep back squat on Saturday. I really don't want to tank myself out on Thursday or anything, so weak sauce when you think about it compared to one another. So I know I said I was going to do 150, 160, and 170, but I decided just to stick at 150 for these 3 sets of front squats just because it felt good. It felt like I was moving fast. And I really didn't want to do a whole lot more and fatigue myself out, like I said, for that 5 rep max on Saturday. So that's coming up here in our next video, because I only did 4 days of workouts this week, so I skipped the 5th. But finishing up our last one, moving fast, feeling good, ready for Saturday. Even had to show you a little dance here at the end. Workout's done. Sounds good. I also didn't do very many accessories this week, and one of the reasons being is because I knew that we had this pretty intense Saturday coming up, so I decided to take a deload from accessories and not do any, just kind of focus on the lifts, allow the recovery to fully catch up so that I'm peaked and ready for this 5 rep max that we've been training for over the last 3 weeks. So I basically did just a couple doubles at 170 and singles at 200, 210, and then got to the first working set that I wanted to hit, which was at least 220 for a set of 5. So as you can see, we hit the goal. The goal was at least 225, and I figured what a shame it would be if I tried 225 and I made it, but I didn't go up 2 kilos to make it a solid 500 pounds. So 500 for a set of 5, that's such a milestone for me, honestly. And this is, going to kind of sound stupid, but I always had the days where you kind of wanted a certain number, and 500 was the squat that I wanted for a long time. And then I finally got to 500, and I was like, man, so where do we go up from now? And now it's crazy to think that the progress that you make, and I just hit a set of 5 for a 500-pound back squat. Like, that's truly remarkable for myself in the training journey that's come along with. So, but we finished at some snatches here at 90 kilos, worked up to 3 doubles at 120. I missed one of them, but it is what it is. And then I worked up to some clean and jerks of 160 for a couple sets. Definitely wasn't feeling the greatest. Attribute that maybe to fatigue, and then also because we haven't lifted this heavy in the snatch and clean and jerk since really the meet. I don't think I've gone over like 140 kilos in a clean and jerk since the meet, nor have I went over like 105 kilos in the snatch. But we had a couple missed cleans here. 160 missed. I made the second one, and then I went up to 165. I wanted to try that just to finish up, but as you'll see, both of those were not as good as I was expecting. Just kind of crashed on me, and I couldn't hold it enough. But regardless, it's good to just get under the weight again and kind of feel it. So I dropped back down to 150 to finish up for a great Saturday and great training vlog week. So thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great day. Hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you at the next video.